So I'm working on this song, right? And it's crazy because like for a long time was like, what's wrong with my music? Like my music doesn't sound like, I don't like that. It doesn't sound. I've never like, it's like in a technical way because I know I lack like technical understanding, you know, formal technical understanding, right? I have some, but it's like I make the music and I'm like, this is fucking amazing. This is awesome. But then it's like the technical like uh conversion from my brain to technology to like you listening to it with your brain and your ears. It's like when I do that part, up to this point anyway, like I'm always super like thinking about what you hear when you listen to it, but it's like you're not listening to the. I've heard this shit like 800 or 900 times by the time you finally heard it, and I heard it in all of its fragmented forms. Like I heard it in all of the iterations and all its different stages, right? So my whole thing is I make really good music. I've never made any bad music. But as good as my music is like it makes me even more responsible for the message that is the outcome of my music. So even though I tell myself that I've spent all this time like, trying to finalize and like gain the fundamentals of the technicalities of my production, truthfully, I don't want to put noise out into the world. What I hope to put into the world is a visual, not the actual visual. What I hope happens from me releasing music is that whatever you hear that I've released gives you a visual of who I am. Not so that you could want to be me or look up to me or none of that, but I want you to have a visual of who somebody could be. Now, me being the person that I know that I am, I know that the person that you would ever think that I could be the best or the worst person, but it's never going to be neutral. It's going to be the best or the worst. You're either going to think I'm awesome, like I'm fucking like next level, or you're going to think I'm trash. But I'm not there for you to think that I'm trash or that I'm next level. I'm here. I'm there in wherever you're experiencing it so that you can start to think about yourself. Yo, being good, being bad is a choice. Being trash, being the best is a choice. It's like, and even within that, I'm not I don't exist to make you feel like I'm better than you. I exist so that you can come to a point of realizing that anyone that you've ever thought was better than you had to at some point be nothing. I'm not expecting you to take my messages and then go out and think everybody's a piece of shit that doesn't follow me, that doesn't listen to me, that doesn't agree with me, that doesn't have similar talking points. I'm not saying that. What I want most of all is for people to consume my content and think that not only am I nothing, but that everybody is nothing. And that if anybody is anything, we are all you. So my job in my music is to create an outcome that's not like selfishly beneficial to me. It's actually to create an outcome that reveals you to yourself. This is not easy. This is fucking magic what I'm trying to do. But I've spent my entire life studying it. So there's not anyone that I could compare myself to or against in terms of my pursuit of this one goal, because while I may not be the only person that has ever had this goal, I'm the only person that can exercise the pursuit of this goal in my own specific, unique way, given my experiences and my outlook, my background. I'm not special because of none of that. Like, special and unique have to be, you divide those two, because I'm unique because of it, but it's like I'm not special. I'm not more important than anybody else. But we have to get to a point where you can look at me and feel like I'm more important and then realize that we're the same. First, you got to realize I'm nothing. Then you got to realize that we're the same. But then you got to realize that if I'm nothing, you're nothing too. So everybody is nothing. Unless you choose to be something that's not nothing. I'm not going to tell you what I choose. Like, I am being what I choose to be, but I'm not going to tell you that what I'm choosing to be from your perspective isn't nothing. Like, it's probably nothing. I'm not trying to be everything to everybody. I'm likely nothing to you, but that doesn't mean you have to be nothing to yourself. If I'm nothing to you and you're not nothing to yourself, there's a problem there. If I'm nothing to you, but you are also nothing to you, but your choices are everything to you, that's a totally different type of human. Like, I want for people to recognize that their choices are the only sense of identity that really exists. That means your past, present, and future decisions. It's like, that's the only thing that makes you anything remotely different from me. And when I'm not making choices, I'm nothing. If I'm making a choice that was influenced upon me by a system, an idea, a dogma, or religion, or other people, then I'm nothing. But if I use all of that information to arrive at, a sensical choice-making matrix, a sensical decision-making matrix, then I can become not only anything, but I can heal from anything. I never really wanted to necessarily become anything because I already felt like I just was who I needed to be. But life has taught me that being who you want to be or need to be is not going to necessarily heal you from shit. Healing is a choice. So where a lot of people won't know who they are for a long time, they'll still understand how to make choices. They'll still understand that choices can be destructive, choices can be healing. And my whole objective is to, whether you're aware of it or not, trick you, convince you, coerce you into self-healing. Not because I'm just trying to be evil and distort your self-will, but because in order to perform this for myself, like to do it for myself, to change myself, that's how I have to approach it. I have to approach it like I have to trick myself, because there's things influencing me that are not me, and I have to be able to challenge myself long enough, consistently enough, to be able to tell you for a fact, yo, that is not me. And it's not to tell you, it's to tell me for a fact, yo, that is not me. But if you don't know yourself, then you won't know that. If you don't know your choices, then you won't know that. So you need someone like me to reveal to you the nature of what your choices amount to. The reason I'm not just doing whatever to be seen and to be heard and listened to is because it's a choice to do so either way. I'm not concerned with forcing a choice on you. I'm concerned with making you aware of the choice at hand, period. Because most of y'all aren't. That's not a dig. It's to say that I also existed at a point where a lot of the choices that I was making were uninformed, not because I was stupid, because I didn't understand. It's like that none of that information belonged to me. I was just using information that like was just existing around me, and I was not choosing as a choice. If you're going to not choose to do the work to understand everything, then you're choosing to not understand anything. Not choosing is a choice. I made this video just to say, like, really, bro, like, everything is meaningless. But meaning in and of itself is a choice. So if you decide that something is meaningless, that is a choice. It could be a powerful choice too. I'm not saying that there's no meaning in anything. I'm saying it's a choice to see meaning. If you want to see something as meaningless, then choose to, but just make sure that it's going to benefit you if that's what you're going to do, because it's going to require your energy regardless. Don't be out here wasting your energy.